This man gonna ask me what's the rest of the New Japan card looking like? Do you want to run a little bonus or something? I just looked at the results. I noticed what you trying to do about it, Graham? What you trying to do? What am I trying to do?
I wouldn't have forgiven myself if I wouldn't have at least tried. I've been going through some hard times. You saw last Sunday. You know why I wasn't here this week. You know why I wasn't here on Wednesday. I couldn't bear it.
I said you was running from the grind.
I just needed a W.
Oh, okay. I feel you. Well, I apologize. You feel me? This ain't the time for that. You feel me? Hold
bro.
this up.
Hey. One second. I'm gonna address all the stuff that I saw in that chat on Wednesday. I'm gonna address that this upcoming week because y'all was playing dirty, bro. Y'all was playing dirty.
What the hell did I just walk into? What is?
He walked into a little bit of pod beef. Just a little bit of pod beef. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It's all good. Don't even trip. Don't even worry about it. You feel me? Once again, it's on. Right back at it. Another again. You know what I'm saying? PE3 in the building. Post-show aftermath. Elimination chamber. Here with the mightiest of all. You feel me? You talking about the Almighty. You talking about Almighty. You see what happened to him. You see what happened to him.
That was pretty wild.
Vin, how you doing, brother? Hold on. Vin, of course, of the Oddball Podcast, of course, you know what I'm saying? Wrestle Rap once again in the building, of course. As y'all already know, y'all seen him here before. Y'all seen him on the Patreon. How you doing, guy? How you doing?
Good. Sparks wanted me to give you a message, and that message is why is he never invited on the podcast? That's literally he's like, oh, you going on Public Enemy? Ask him why they never invite me on.
You know what?
Yo, hey, let's call him audible. What's he doing right now?
You know what?
Calling audible. What's he doing right now?
Hey, man. Let me give him a call. Let's do it live on.
Some there's certain people that I try to respect their schedules. And I understand that they are busy, so I try to pick my spots. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
But no, what? Always welcome.
Yo, Sparks, what's going on?
An amazing. Oh, he's really calling.
No, I'm on with Public Enemies. They want to know if you want to come on right now.
That's crazy.
Oh, okay. I'll talk to you tomorrow then.
Bro, hey.
Oh, bitch, that's what time it is.
Hey.
That was great.
Hey, my man got the call from Hillman like Denise. Like, hey, what you doing?
Yeah. Like, hey, you feel me? He was like, what? What, off the bench? You know what I'm saying? What you mean? You know what I'm saying? Easy call. Nah, I appreciate it, though. Let's get into it, man. Because we are here to talk about Elimination Chamber. We are here to talk about Let's Go. Super chat.
Must have been out there, Tommy Pickles.
Yankee, of course. You know what I'm saying? Got to do what we do. Let me go ahead and read this right here. Ken says, say it with me, Vin, and still your reigning and defending undisputed Public Enemy #1. Oh, my God. Graham. I appreciate it.
Yeah, whatever. $20 to Blue Chew Ken Luke coming in with the $20.
Listen, ain't Blue Chew like $5 with a FIFO discount or something like that? Maybe we should send an email over to those guys. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Do what we gotta do. You feel me? Let's get into the show. Elimination Chamber came live and direct from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. The building was hot. The crowd was hot. The energy was up. It was crazy. They had SmackDown in the same building just last night, Friday. I wasn't sure that having Sami on that show was going to be like a good idea or not. Like I wanted it to be like
that 7-minute standing ovation.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Break that man's
100%.
heart. You could see it break. It's like in The Simpsons, where like I can see his heart breaking in real time. Like,
yo, Ralph Wiggum.
yeah.
And it just felt like it helped build the energy for tonight's show. You know,
They showed that man's wife for the first time. Like, we never
Yep.
seen Sami Zayn's family.
Never.
Bro.
They brought out Ariel Helwani. Having beef with Tony Khan.
Hey. Michael Cole picked the ball up, ran with it to the finish line, bro.
Yeah.
Like, yo, man.
What do you call him? Like the most
zone,
legitimate journalist, he called him?
He said the unbiased journalist who asks the hard-hitting questions, even if you don't want to answer them.
Hey.
You know what, though? I'll say this. Tony Khan, he's got to get off Twitter. Don't be like I know people have been saying that Ariel was wrong for what he said afterwards that we're not going to say here because there's a lot of allegedly going on. But if you're the head of a major company, maybe don't go on Twitter and start calling out other journalists.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
I had to do a piece-by-piece breakdown on the Twitter during the show because a lot of people didn't understand that Michael Cole reference. And they're like, yo, what are you talking about? Who was he talking about? Who is he not asking the hard-hitting questions? Who's not answering him? And I had to be like, yeah, man, this has a backstory. Previously on, Ariel and Tony Khan got beef. So, yeah, man. Like
Snowman, huh?
Yeah.
Called him the Snowman. Salute to Righteous Reg. He was on Grab City and he was like, man, I can't believe he told him not to listen to Jeezy, man. He was like, don't listen to the Snowman. He was like, he's got to be a Gucci fan. It's got to be like. That was crazy, man. But let's really break it down though, because they kicked off the show with an Elimination Chamber match with the women. Asuka picked up the win. It was not only Asuka in the match, of course, but it was Natalya. You know what I'm saying? She got the big action. You know what I'm saying? Pop. Yeah, crowd love. Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, Nikki Cross, and Carmella. What did we think about this match, Vin? I'm gonna give it to you.
So it was great. Asuka, a lot of hesitation going in. People thought, oh, it was Asuka. Like, could they really give it to her? Like, she's sort of been in this position for a long time now where it's like, okay, if we got nothing else going on and we need someone steady, we'll throw a big moment to Asuka. But this felt like it was like, no. We let her do the repackage. She's going to go into Elimination Chamber. She cleaned house. Now she's going to get her moment. Whether she wins or not at WrestleMania, who knows? But I'm very glad to see this version of Asuka. Yeah, Juggalo makeup Asuka get the win and move on to WrestleMania. I thought it was just look at that. Look at that.
Yo,
who photoshopped that?
Asuka.
Yo, hey.
I pulled that from her Twitter.
Yo, she be going crazy with the edits, man.
Yeah.
But it was great. I know, it was a great way to start the show. A lot of great action. Nikki Cross coming in like a house of fire. Like that crowd mixed with that opening match really set the tone. That crowd is unbelievable. Do more stuff in Canada, WWE.
Right.
Yeah, 100%. Because
don't go to, what was that? Like a month ago, they had a show somewhere where people were like, this crowd sucks. Like, this is a great show. Like, everyone at home was like, this is a great show and this crowd sucks. Wherever that was, don't go there again. Do more stuff in Canada.
Hey, it was in Kansas City.
Don't go back to Kansas City.
Yeah, we never going back to Kansas City.
They won the Super Bowl. They got a good big moment. They can have that. Leave the wrestling to other places. They're gonna appreciate it.
Oh, real quick. MGC say tapping in to say what's up from the Battle in the Valley. Repping P3 at the New Japan show. Are you in line?
You watching this on your phone at the Battle in the Valley?
That's pure love. You feel me? I'm watching Battle in the Valley right now while we doing this. You feel me? Hey, you feel me? I'm watching you watching me. You feel me? We doing the thing. It's all love, back and forth with it. You know what I'm saying? It's reciprocal. What Lauren Hill say? Reciprocity, whatever that word is. Sorry.
Whatever it is, but hey,
salute, man. We appreciate you. Go ahead, man.
When they kicked it off with the women's elimination chamber and everything, the way that they went off, I was kind of thinking, I was like, yo, how are the men, gonna top this one right now? Because they were going, and we gonna get to that, but they went in and they just they tore it up, man. Like it was like from start to finish, this show was hot.
It was Laredo, Texas. Okay.
Yo,
the AEW one.
No, the WWE one a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
I was lying for the sake of lying, bro. I got beef.
You just wanted to shit on Kansas City.
Yeah. Look who popped in. You feel me? The movement. Yeah. Hey, man. We had I thought we had a very impressive showing, you know what I'm saying, at the Fan Royal Rumble, you know what I'm saying, weekend, you know what I'm saying, last week. But it's all good. We got Famniversary coming up. We going to be the guest host over there. We going to do what we do. We going to show up and show out. I ain't even tripping off not winning the 30-man Royal Rumble because I am still your public enemy number one. Salute to all the guys over there. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Love. No, they had some dope spots in this match though, like how Raquel put Nikki through the pod. They did that they did that big what was it, the tower, was it like the Tower of Doom?
Tower of Doom.
Yeah, Tower of Doom, power bomb and all of that. That was pretty dope. Liv got eliminated by passing out. She keeps passing out instead of tapping out. That's like her thing now. And she's like enjoying it.
Oh yeah, they
Is she
threw her off the
enjoying it? Is
backboard
that
and dunked her.
her gimmick?
She was like smiling.
Okay.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, she was smiling until she wasn't. They literally threw her off the backboard. It was an alley oop. It was a D Wade LeBron situation right there, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of D Wade and LeBron, did you watch the dunk contest? Did you switch over to that at any point?
I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either. Someone, I'm not gonna rat them out, but they were like, "Oh, I switched over to the dunk contest for 2 minutes and I missed like the end of a match." I'm like, "Well, that's on you. You decided to check out that trash dunk contest."
Right. I did not catch it. I will catch the highlights after this. Okay, what we talking about? The pay-per-view over-delivered for me. Was most invested in this than I was the Rumble.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay.
I thought that but Bronson couldn't. Wow.
You know what's funny about that? That Liv, when she got eliminated, she basically she wouldn't tap to Natty's sharpshooter, but then Asuka came in and did the arm bar, and then that's when she passed out. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, continuing building on that. You know what I'm saying? But then also, Natty gets like a little. I mean, I guess what it was like a half sack. Her and Asuka, they both get a half sack, so that works. You feel me? But her winning, it's like salute to Asuka. Rhea's got the match with Charlotte, and it's like, damn, it really shows how weak the SmackDown women's division is right now when both of your championship contenders at WrestleMania are from the Raw roster.
That's true. I didn't even think of that.
It's unfortunate.
Well, it is unfortunate. They gotta build that division up a little more, and I think they will. It's the same with AEW right now. Though AEW, I think, is a little worse off. I don't know what the hell that thing was of Toni Storm this week with the graffito tagging a big farty L on her and having her run her ass into Britt Baker's face.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. And then it's like if you spray paint an L on her ass, it's gonna be a J on her forehead. It's just.
But you couldn't even tell. You couldn't even tell it was an L.
No, because it didn't work.
Didn't catch it.
It didn't work.
You just saw green mist around her butt. It was like she just farted.
I don't know. It was interesting. Anyways, what did they do after this? They had the Brock and before we get into that, they showed a little clip of the WrestleMania Goes Hollywood, and they were kind of sprinkling these in throughout the night. Seth Rollins as the Joker, and then Becky Lynch as Batman, the man, and she said, "Let's go to the man cave."
Yo, I'm gonna be real with you. I was enjoying the whole like Seth Rollins' Joker like whole thing that they had going on, but like
Becky
her
Lynch
popping up at it definitely did, because I'm like, Batman ain't even in that movie, man. Batman ain't even in that movie
at all. It's not canon.
Like, bro,
facts.
We're just talking about Hollywood.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro,
none of this has to make sense.
Yeah, you really didn't even have to do the Joker. We're just talking about Hollywood in general.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I thought like, I thought we was just doing like scene for scene, like quotes and moments. I'm like, bro, I must have passed out like when they was doing this version of it. I was like, yo, what was Joaquin Phoenix doing in that movie? Was he talking to Batman?
They're just doing fan edits now.
Tristan says, I think Liv likes pain, but I must stay focused, my brothers.
Yeah, that's right. Stay focused.
Fighting these urges.
Yeah, consciousness over coochie. You can't.
There you go.
Don't get off brand.
Consciousness over coochie. Salute to the doctor, man. Salute to the doctor. Yeah. Hey, so next match was Brock and Bobby, which this was supposed to be the rubber match between these two. Both of them had a victory over one another, and
also, not to cut you off, can we keep this up for a second? What the fuck is C4 Energy?
It's an energy drink.
I feel like this is something brand new. Like, I've never heard of it, and now it's just like on my radar because of this pay-per-view specifically. And I don't know if you caught it, the goofy moment of they cut to like a clip of Roman in the back just doing nothing, and like Paul Heyman's hyping him up, and he's just like
drinking it
C4 Energy with a big case behind him. It's like, it's good. I like that. Good product placement.
That's exactly what it was. They've been kind of like pushing it like slightly for like
I was gonna say,
a whole year.
Don't you dare say okay, just the C4 you're talking. I was gonna say, don't you dare tell me they're subtly doing product placement now when we just watched a fucking Mountain Dew Pitch Black. Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, like this drink dropped in 2011 from what I'm just like looking up. So in the grand scheme of things, it is kind of new. I guess they kind of had to build it up and it's like,
feels like a new Stacker 2 situation.
Basically, that's what it is, Vin. Yeah, you're right about that for sure. This definitely got some Stacker 2 vibes to it.
Remember that when they would do all the commercials with like Triple H and fucking all the wrestlers like just busting through walls like they're the
freaking Edge.
Kool-Aid Man. Yeah, Edge.
Running through the streets like hits on the street and freaking BT.
Yeah, give me more wrestlers in commercials. Give me more Booker T Hungry Man dinners and stuff.
That would be great. That would be great. Oh, Eddie Kingston with the Funk You shirt on. Okay. Oh, okay. There's a video package. Okay, that's what's up. So, Brock and Bobby, man, this was supposed to be the rubber match, but it wasn't. It ended in a DQ because Brock was like, "Nah, I'm gonna kick you in the nuts."
Like, I was like they got like a good reaction when they came out there and they were locking up and everything, but I went to do some stuff I was vacuuming and I went out of the room and I came back and I'm like, the match is over? And it was like, yeah, he kicked him in the nuts. Yeah. And I was like, for all that, you could have just had them do the contract signing on the actual show to have like a matchup at WrestleMania or something like that. Because they
are in a pickle because it's like, you do want to do it at WrestleMania. Yeah. So you don't want to do the blow off here, but you don't want to just do a contract signing at a pay-per-view. So it's like, I guess this was the best way. They had second match on the card. It wasn't like they held it off until right before the main event. If they were going to do it, we're going to get it out of the way. We're doing a match with them at WrestleMania. That's going to be the match. This is more like a little teaser. A little teaser, we're going to end it in a DQ. And then, you'll get the real thing, 30 days from now or something? Like 60
42.
days? 42?
So how do we explain Bray Wyatt calling out the winner of this match?
You don't. I don't want it to happen.
I don't want either one of them.
Exactly. And the thing is, if you get Brock in this situation, you're gonna get like a repeat of when he went against John Moxley at WrestleMania, and John Moxley was like, "Hey, well, I'm sorry, Dean Ambrose was like, hey, what if I got a chainsaw?" And he was like, "No. Well, what if I got a barbed wire bat?" And I'm like, "No. How about your goofy ass just go out there, get a bunch of chairs from under the ring, and we'll just do that." That's what it's gonna be like. It's like, yo, you want to do some supernatural stuff? And he's gonna be like, "Hey, but how about I just F5 you like 6 or 7 times and we just get on out of here?"
Okay.
That's what it's gonna be.
That's it. It's all it's gonna be. Get Uncle Howdy out of here. Like this Bray Wyatt character, he sucks. Like he's always sucked, right? Like nothing new. Like before the pitch black match, it was always intrigue. Like, oh, what's going on with Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt Six? Like exactly what you think is going on with it. Nothing. And then you see, like, okay, he has a match, and you're like, oh, what's going on? The entrance is so great. And then the match happens. The match isn't that great. And there's a post-match, and Uncle Howdy jumps off a ledge, and fireworks go off. And it's like, oh, okay. Spooky? Ooh. This haunted hayride bullshit out of here.
Nasty. This is how I feel about this new Bray Wyatt character.
Ratio. LL. Young boy better.
Hey, I need it to work, though. I put my reputation on this
No,
man.
you don't. No, you don't.
I put my reputation on this
That's
man.
on you. Why? I don't know why you put your reputation
We need
on
it to
this
work
man.
for the brand.
I need it to work some kind of way. I got money on this man.
No, bail out. There's no shame.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just get up out of there, man. Just let it be. It's all
The biggest
good,
mistake in the hot take game. People want to stand on everything.
Bro.
It's like, no,
Yeah,
just
bro.
admit you were wrong
Nobody
and move on.
Nobody asked you to put your stamp officially on there. You could have remained anonymous. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, bro. Ooh, you want your little bonus points? You feel me? You want your little bonus points? Hey. Jay White's gonna lose to Eddie Kingston. I'm kidding. I'm not betting you shit. I expect him to lose this match for sure. Never wrestle in New Japan again, or at least until his next contract comes up and he decides he wants to go back or whatever. Yeah. But you know,
bro. But, yeah, man.
I apologize, brother. Hey, check this out though. Another Canadian, actually 2 Canadians. Wait, yeah, 2. I almost damn near called Rhea Ripley Canadian, but she's like freaking Australian. The Grit couple, you feel me, got the W tonight, you know what I'm saying, in Montreal against
there you go.
The Judgment Day. Finn Balor.
This may be the best version. Am I wrong in saying this is like the best version of Beth Phoenix? Looks wise, like presentation wise.
Mm-hmm. It's really nice. Yeah, she did the what was the Bull Nakano tribute. Yeah, with all the, you know what I'm saying, yeah, with the face paint. She looks like a rock star. I like it.
Yeah, and I normally don't care for edge matches. This is a good edge match.
They gave this match a lot of time.
Judgment Day. They gave it a lot of time, but it had a lot of good moments built into it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Like I think maybe like 3 or 4 minutes into the match, like they started like the "fuck you, Dominic" chants.
Yeah,
but he got up on the apron.
Best heel in wrestling right now.
And it was at that moment where I said, like, yo, if they're cutting into Dominic right now, just wait until Roman comes out there. I mean, like, yo, the crowd was 100% hot for everything that they were putting out tonight. And yeah, this match did have like a lot of great spots, like Beth Phoenix and Rhea Ripley, like powerbombing Finn Balor and Edge, and like the brass knuckles spot, and Beth Phoenix and Edge having them in the submission hold in the middle of the ring. Like it had a lot of good moments to come back to.
That shit was this close to being overbooked.
Oh yeah,
with all the heat that they were getting with, Dom, getting
close.
Involved and all of that, running out and the antics of him coming back. And
they used Dominic just enough.
Yeah, for a minute, like when he ran out and he was like gone for a second, I was like, I wonder if they sent him back out there because of the crowd, and then they did that whole like the brass knuckle spot, and I was like, nah, never mind. Yeah, that was all good, but no, he got a lot of heat.
I mean, he's ruining everything. Every celebration his father has, he's ruining.
Yeah.
He's ruining Rey Mysterio's Valentine's Day, going to ruining his dinner and wanting chicken nuggets. Like,
Oh no, but that one was the opposite though. Wasn't that one the opposite? Wasn't it? Didn't Rey Mysterio? Didn't they come in on his reservation, or did I misread that?
no, they walked in on Ray's reservation.
Okay.
Man,
I'm tripping.
it was funny, but I'm
It
like,
was
yo,
hilarious.
I look forward to the holidays just to see that. I'm like, what they got planned for Easter? Is he gonna pop up in church dressed up as the Easter Bunny? What we got going on?
Yeah.
Is he gonna come in
St.
like
Patrick's Day's coming.
yo?
You gonna pop out of a pot of gold? You gonna get Hornswoggle involved? What's gonna happen?
Get
What
Balor
we got going
involved.
on? Yo, hey.
My bad.
And what? Percocet, you want one?
Anyways, so what's next for Edge and Balor? I keep seeing a lot of people talking about
I
they're
think
thinking
solo match.
Hell in a Cell. That's what I keep seeing. Hell in a
Maybe.
Cell at Mania.
I was just gonna say that would be great if they went back to not just having Hell in a Cell at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view and went back to it being like, okay, this is a stipulation that we're just gonna bust out every once in a while, and that means that we can do it at Mania. Because when was the last time we saw like a Hell in a Cell at Mania?
Yeah.
Did it ever happen?
What was
Did you ever see a Hell in a Cell at
27?
Mania?
Didn't Brock and Triple H had a Hell in a Cell at Mania?
No. Triple H and Undertaker,
Taker.
and then you have Undertaker and Shane McMahon. So there's been two.
There you go. Those two.
Right.
27 and 32.
Long,
something like that.
yeah. It was a while ago.
28 and 20. No, 27, 32. 28.
Yeah, no, 28 and 32.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, well, there you go, man. We'll see what happens with Edge and Balor at the WrestleMania, at the show of shows, you feel me? But we had another chamber match where I don't know, man. This US title, Austin Theory.
Over-delivered.
Over-delivered, you think so?
Oh, yeah. I think people looked at get his face off that screen. They're gonna stare me right in the eyes. I think people looked at this match and whether fairly or unfairly were like, I like Rollins, I like Tez, but everyone else kind of is what it is. Like Gargano hasn't had a lot of heat lately. Bronson Reed's definitely not had a lot of heat lately since coming back.
Hey, watch it. He beat Okada. Tread lightly.
Okay.
No,
I would say though tonight was probably his best show. Like as far as like crowd.
Oh, everyone in that match is best show
great
tonight.
Yeah,
like, everyone knew anyway. Like that again, it over delivered. All the spots were creative. That fucking the Johnny Gargano, like when he reversed the Seth Rollins move on top of the pod. When Austin Theory tried to escape into the pod, and Seth Rollins, like a fucking Bugs Bunny cartoon, like just revealed himself behind him.
Yeah, then Johnny Gargano got in there and they started cleaning him up. That was hilarious.
Yeah, started mollywhopping his ass. Like, come on.
I love that word.
Mollywop.
That's a great word.
It is.
It's a really good descriptor.
Yeah, you mollywop someone. Give me old Rascas Piggy-Doo.
What was Montez doing right here? What was this?
Yeah.
Bruh,
what was this? What was this?
He's just daring The Rock to come back. He's like, yo, man,
Yeah.
I know you kicked off the XFL this week, but you know where we are. You got a private jet. You can come down here, up here, You go, your bullshit league and your 7 teams in Texas, shove that up your ass, come on down here.
I didn't like that.
He didn't need to.
It's like, bro.
Stop teasing. This company's got to stop teasing The Rock if they're not going to actually have him show up.
Ridiculous.
Like,
I mean, that's me nitpicking though. Like everything else was dope. Like that spot that he did from the top when he climbed up. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that was fire. So I ain't gonna hate on it. I just thought that was a little weird.
And then he got everyone when they thought, oh, well, hold on, he's really hurt now. And then no, it was just an excuse to get Logan Paul in.
That was good.
Nah, I'm gonna have to rag on that because whatever happened to just sitting under the ring for 2 hours like Shawn Michaels did? I mean, Shawn Michaels did it in 2010. Just sat under the ring for like 2.5 hours, 57 minutes, and then just popped out.
Logan Paul is not Shawn Michaels.
What happened to putting the work in? That's a good.
Yeah, what happened?
Oh, we losing recipes, man.
Walk 15 miles in the snow to get to a SummerSlam in my day.
Uphill, downhill. Sorry.
And we had to build the ring ourselves.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's no crew.
Yeah, we had to build
you are the crew.
But yeah.
Like,
you are the table.
Yo. Hey, it was like I said, I asked the question early on. I was like, how can the men top that? And as almost as like, they heard everybody saying it, they came out there and they did it like with the spots. And Johnny Gargano like hitting that reversal when Seth Rollins was clearly just trying to murder him because he saw that he was sitting beside him on top of the pod and he was like, oh, now I have to kill you. It was just like, yo,
yeah.
He was like, yo, how dare you come up here and sit up here with me? And just like, and after he hit the Hurricane Rana on him with the reversal, he just started selling like that. He got his eye put out on the ground for like a good 2 minutes. After that, like the whole, like everybody just like played their parts perfectly, man.
I thought so. Really good match. And then Logan Paul like trying to cut the promo after the match.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is he doing, bro? Like, why, like, dog, this is not about you anymore. You did your spot. Go home. Get out of here.
Yeah. Austin Theory giving him what's it say? The A-Town down.
A-Town down.
I don't know how I feel about him doing an A-Town down.
A-Town down.
I wish he would come out every match with the Beyblade background.
Yo.
I forgot about that.
Let's never forget about that.
That was funny as hell, man. I was like, is he like sponsored by Beyblades now? Is that what we're doing?
We're doing a Beyblade match. You get in the middle of the ring and just start whipping Beyblades around.
I mean,
why
not? Why not?
But the way they was going in, it made you honestly forget that this was for the United States Championship for a minute.
It elevated the championship.
Yeah, because it was a while before they did. Like everybody was in before they did any eliminations. I like that they did that whole that sequence where it was like Johnny Gargano, Seth, and who else was it? Tez. Triple teaming Bronson Reed to get him eliminated. They each did the super kick and revolutions and all of that. I thought that was pretty dope. And they protected him on the way out. He was like the first person eliminated.
Hey, so hold on. So do you think they heard that he beat Okada and they was like, hey, we got to put in extra work because this guy beat Okada. We really got to put the beats on him, man. Like he beat Okada.
I think they were looking at Twitter and they saw people saying he beat Okada. And they were like, "Oh shit, this guy beat Okada."
Man. I saw Austin Theory pull out his phone, and then they looked over his shoulder, and the first word I saw was Okada. So yeah, man, it was like
the idea of Austin Theory having Okada on speed dial.
I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't think they was gonna just immediately just put the beats on him until they remembered that there was a New Japan show tonight too, and then they was like he did beat Okada, and then
he
that's
did.
For sure what it was. Yeah. We gotta let him rock now. We gotta let him rock. Otherwise, hometown L, those types of vibes.
Yeah. Someone tell Michael Cole quick so we can get him on saying it on commentary.
Speaking of hometown L vibes, the main event was Mr. Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns. In this main event,
prototype Roman Reigns.
Come on, man!
Look at that's just Joe.
That's literally just Joe. Wasn't that like a sitcom or something like that?
No, that was a guy in WWF.
He was, yeah.
Where people would when you couldn't really come up with a storyline, he would be a guy behind the scenes that would run up to like Val Venus and be like, "Hey, I heard that D'Lo Brown was saying something about you. Like, oh, he was? Like, yeah, you might want to go beat the shit out of him. Oh, thanks, Joe. Like, and that was just Joe. He was just Joe. Like, he would just be the guy that instigated stuff.
Oh man, well, Just Joe was instigating tonight. He was gaslighting. Look. This man, as soon as he came out, the crowd was deafening. F you Roman chant started immediately. I was like, yeah, just like Ben said, wait till Roman come out. When you think these Dom F you chants is something special, you think these are something crazy. That's I mean, yeah, I'm gonna bring it back up.
Like a Yakuza red.
That's funny.
Yo, like
It's gonna fight. It's gonna grab bicycles and beat the shit out of each other.
That's crazy.
Like they didn't even wait for him to get to the ring before they started those "fuck you Roman" chants. Like you could hear them over his entrance music, and a lot of times it's kind of hard to hear a crowd like chanting when they're like doing the entrance music and the pyro and all that. Like you could hear them as if there was nothing playing. Because when he first came out, I was like, oh, so he's doing the Ciampa approach and he's not coming out to any music. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then I kind of had to listen for a second. I was like, oh, they are playing his music. They're just like, yo, you just can't hear it.
Yeah. It was pretty wild. That was a great main event, first of all. Like, I have no issues. Like, knowing going in that Sami was going to lose and just taking it for what it was, that was maybe the best non-Big Four main event in a long time. Because of the crowd, because of the storyline that it's advancing, because of the emotion by Sami, and everything building up to this moment. It was perfect. And it had all the great near falls. It did get you to believe at different points that maybe, just maybe, they were going to pull the trigger or do some finagle DQ where now he gets inserted into WrestleMania with Cody and Roman, or it's like something on night one and then he gets a shot on night two. Like they made that crowd and everyone at home believe. I don't know what I saw a couple people on Twitter talking about oh, they didn't capitalize on this moment by they should have given the belt to Sami. It's like no.
Why?
This is not say it again for the people in the back. This is not Sami's storyline. If anything, it is an Uso storyline with Roman. Because Jay fucking started the whole thing.
It's like Paul Heyman compared it to it being a sitcom a couple of weeks ago. And he said, not a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago, he was like, yeah, it's like bringing in Sami is like, bringing in someone on a sitcom. It's like bringing you back week after week. That's exactly what it was. He's a guest star that got a role on the show, but it's still not his show yet. You know what I mean? Like this, like we said it for weeks, this was never about him getting the title. He never wanted the title. He never looked over Roman's shoulder like, yo, what you got going on over there? Hey, let me get a shot at that. Hey, I want to see what it's like to hold the championship. There was never any type of vibe to that.
Right.
And another thing people have to remember is you give someone the title, okay, it's a great moment. What do you
then
do
what?
after that? Right, then what? So, you give Sami the title, okay, it's a great moment for right now. But now you're going into WrestleMania. Is Sami Cody a better build match to build a WrestleMania around than Roman?
I mean,
900 days.
And that part, that bothered me so much because it's like, yeah, okay, cool. Sami's hot right now. This is really dope for him. Congratulations. It's a really great story. He's done an amazing job in his role. But is that worth all of the work that you've put in for, like Vin just said, for the past 900 some odd days? This man who hasn't been pinned since 2019, you want him to lose here instead of 30 days out at the show of shows. And then what does he do there in that case?
And there's no shame in not having the belt. I think a lot of people have gotten very conditioned to this idea that oh, someone is so great, like they need to have a shot at that belt. They need to at least have a small run with it. And it's like, no, some of my favorite wrestlers never got the big one because they just weren't that guy. Like, I'm sorry, some people are just not that guy who can carry a company long term, or like we're just in the position to carry a company long term at the time that they were around. And again, like in a different time, maybe like a year from now, maybe when circumstances change, like Sami will get that chance. But for the story they're telling right now, with Roman having had that title for 900 days, you do not take it off of him right before WrestleMania at Elimination Chamber. You just don't do that.
100%, man. And it's just like, it wouldn't make sense at all. And I know you want to have your feel-good story. You want to have him win in his hometown. Yeah, like, yeah, good for you and everything like that. But it's like, yo, like what you said, you're kind of like painting yourself into a corner at that point, because I'm like, you brought in Cody, had him win the Rumble. You already know if you put him against Sami at WrestleMania for the titles, like we've all talked, like people have been like wishing like the downfall of Cody since he came back. I think that probably would like push it to over the edge. It's just like,
well again, we got to get away from this idea of like the belts always make the person. Because sometimes the person makes the belt. It always depends on context. The moment for Sami was last night on SmackDown and tonight. It wasn't him winning. The moment was him having the past 2 days and being, the 7-minute standing ovation in his hometown. That's the moment. Him getting the entire world behind him and making people believe that he could win. That's the moment. It goes like, there's an example that I always use a couple of years ago when Naito in New Japan was chasing Okada to get the belt back. And I think it was Wrestle Kingdom 12, where they main evented. It was the one where Omega and Jericho was like the co-main event, and the big event was Okada and Naito. And Naito at that point had never gotten back to main eventing a Wrestle Kingdom. So him walking down the aisle in the Tokyo Dome was his moment. That was his victory. He lost that night. He didn't win the big one. Because for the story they were telling with him, that moment of him main eventing was the win.
Yes.
And then, 2 years from now, like a year and a half later, then he won, because that was his arc, that was his story. Just like Sami right now, him winning the belt is not the moment. The moment is, like I said, the past day and a half.
Yeah, 100. And I think like in the grand scheme of things, this is going to be better remembered than having the title run right now, because I'm like, having a title run is fun, but it's like, yo, I can name you some title runs that happened that where you look back and you're like, yo, you can't even recall. Like Jack Swagger was world champion. No one talks about that. Like,
yeah,
like yo, that moment, that was his moment. That was, the time we got up there where he can like pull his kids to the side. He can pull his grandkids to the side and say, look at me. I was on there. They cheered me for 10 minutes. Look, I went into the city. They were telling this guy, some unsavory things because of me. Like, yo, this is what I did.
Yeah.
Sidebar, Eddie Kingston just defeated Jay White.
Damn it!
I mean, that whole situation was weird. That whole situation was weird anyway, because they had the loser leaves Japan match where Hikuleo beat him, and that was great. That was actually really good. Give Hikuleo a big win on the way out. And then it's like, oh, wait a minute, we had this other loser leaves New Japan match that you got to do in America. It's like, what?
Yeah. I mean, we forgot we already booked him for this. So.
Right.
You got to leave twice, bro.
You got to leave twice. It was like the one, like from my understanding, it's like the first one you leave Japan. So it's like, okay, you still work for us, but you can only work outside of Japan. This one, it's like, no, you lose to Eddie Kingston. Now you're out of New Japan.
Like, bro, you gotta really, really get out of here. But yo, back to that smash of Roman. Like when he stepped foot out there, when he stepped foot in the ring, like he just immediately started antagonizing Sami Zayn's entire family that was ringside. Yeah. He was calling out to his wife. He was saying, "Hey, look, I wanted you in the family.
I wanted you in the family. Yeah,
I tried to help him." Mm-hmm.
He was like, yo, you and your kids are starving when they're trying to figure out, where the money coming from, when they're on like assisted lunch and everything in school. I want you to look over at this man and I want you to thank him for that. Like he was going in from the moment he set eyes like on ringside.
Yeah, he's going up to his family, like he said, like tell him like ain't no government cheese in the bloodline.
Like everything that he did out there, him and Sami just like when you had moments where I was like, yo, exactly, where I was like, he can't get any bigger as a baby face in this match. I was like, he's already like, he's hit his ceiling, and then he goes out there, gives his wife a kiss, gets back in the ring, and it's just like, okay, well, he topped it.
Yeah. Babyface champions, I'm not gonna say they're overrated, but a babyface always works better when they're in the chase. Because when the babyface wins, now intrinsically they're in the position of power. So anyone who goes against them is always seen as having a disadvantage because they're having to punch up. So all of a sudden it's sort of like, you rage against the machine, then at a certain point you become the machine. But like you're the big boss. And it's like, oh, okay, well this feels weird now. It's like, yeah, it does, because you're a baby face and you become the thing that, you were fighting against this whole time.
Yeah, it's like, and, Roman was just, like, otherworldly in this match. Like, he was kicking out at 2.9999.
Oh, the near falls were insane.
They were great.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Like and then Sami Zayn comes back and he's like, "Oh, you want a near fall? You want to kick out? Like, okay, all right." Yeah. It's like goes right back with him. Just like they keep going back and forth with it. Like it was magical from start to finish because like Sami just like he's probably the biggest babyface they've had since Daniel Bryan.
No question. Like again, you don't get a 7-minute standing ovation out of nowhere. I don't care if it's your hometown.
There you go.
They're invested in this guy. And I think, like, not for nothing, like, think kind of a good space with not just Sami, but a couple of the other baby faces that they have. Like, you have Kevin Owens. You also have Cody, who's killing it. You know what I mean? So it's like, they're slowly building like some baby faces that can, like, for a while, like during Roman's reign, it kind of felt like they had nobody that could contend or nobody that could, get to that level of the opposite of his reaction, and now it feels like they're there. Go ahead.
I'm gonna do you one further. Like it feels like they haven't been able to properly book a baby face for longer than Roman's reign. It's just like every time they get a baby face and there's some steam behind them, they just like, instead of like nurturing that the fans are behind them, kind of like building them up, they just kill them off. And it's just like, it's good to see them kind of, bringing up some baby faces who the crowd is invested in. They aren't overly like cheesy to the crowd. I mean, except for Cody, it's like blatant pandering. It's just like, yo, it's like some of them feel like, they're real people. Hey, but I got love for Cody, so I've had.
Look at this shot that they just uploaded of Sami.
Ooh.
Yeah,
they went through it. They went through it, man. I liked how my man's Roman was getting like real dramatic on him when he was like, "Why did you have to ruin my life? You ruined
my family." Yeah.
Yo. It was like, like it was just like a sitcom. It was like, yo, man, get out of my life, and then like the music hits, and then it's like, yo, ooh, it's like,
I wish I had
it's like,
that.
yo,
You usually have the
it was
sitcom
just-
music right now.
Yeah.
yo,
Transition.
he was just like, he was just laying it on. He was just like, yo, he like, that's my favorite part. That's exactly how it was.
Oh
shit, is it on a loop?
Oh no, we found Wheat and Sammy's locker.
It's on a loop.
It's like, yo, he was like, yo, get out of my life. And it's like, yo, if you've grown up in a real family, telling someone to get out of your life is like the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of what you could say in an argument that will garner that type of reaction. I've said that, and I've seen my father laugh in my face. He was like, yo, this isn't Full House, bro. Like, I'm going to beat your ass. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. He was just like, yo. He was just like, yo, he was just like, yo, man, what did he say? He's like, you're a piece of shit to me. He's like, that's what you are. He was like, you're beneath me. Like Mike, like, yo, Roman has been cutting the best promos since the Thunderdome without a mic.
Yeah, that's a great point. Like without a mic, the camera always just picks up what he's trying to say. And it's always brilliant. Like at the Royal Rumble where he's like he gets right in Sammy's face, he's like, you destroyed my family. Like, how could you do this to me? And now all the stuff with the Usos at the end of this match. Like, where's that going?
Yo,
we thought the Usos couldn't get into Canada. I thought they were saying they couldn't get in.
I know.
That's what I've heard. Like they were like, oh well, you know, when
snuck
Paul
him
was
in.
like, Shawn Michaels snuck him in. He snuck him in underneath the cage, and after they lifted the cage, Logan Paul didn't want to go down there because they were down there. So you know, they came up after the match was over. But
they're
like,
they're old school. They did it the right way.
Yeah, man. People were saying like for the longest they can't get into Canada. That's why Paul Heyman told them to stay at home on Friday. Like they can't get over there because of like what Jay had going on with the law and everything like that.
You newfangled WWE. You got current WWE. You got your Bang Bros. We only had a bus back in my day. Are they still using Bang Bros for those guys, or they officially say like we're not touching that?
The Banger Bros, I think they switched it
Banger
to the Banger
Bros.
Bros.
Yeah. Nah, they had to get rid of that altogether because they were like, oh yeah, this is something else that exists. So we gotta
Oh, okay. Damn. Well, there you go. But yeah, like Ben was saying, all the other stuff that happened with the Usos during this match, like Jimmy came out, was unsuccessful in helping match continued, of course, and then the ref bump, another ref bump. Roman grabs the chair, and then all of a sudden Jay is there, just
and then
standing
Sammy
there,
accidentally spearing Jay.
Yeah, and Sammy ended up spearing Jay.
Now, like, is that going to lead to? That's a great shot, by the way. It's like, oh no. But is this going to lead now to Jay being like, hey, you hurt me. I'm going to team up with my brother again. And now we're going to have that match, like you and KO versus us at WrestleMania.
Yes.
I feel like that's where that's going, but I don't think Jay is that dense to not know what was going on.
Yeah.
That just Roman just sidestepped him. And I've given a lot of credit to this match for this storyline for not insulting our intelligence. So maybe, maybe they figure out some kind of other way to just kind of like to slide that in there. Maybe he just like has the match and it's like, yo, this is my brother, so I'm gonna go up against you, but like begrudgingly. I don't know.
Oh, well, Kevin Owens has got to get in there somehow. So
they got to do something. They got to do something because he came out like a, what do they say, like a ball of fire. Yeah, there you go, a house of fire. Yeah, and that I hate when they do this whole thing where it's like I'm one man, but I kill everybody. Yeah, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. I really.
Well, this is at the end of a match where it's like, okay, everyone else is worn out. I'm coming in fresh. Like, it makes
there you go. Sense. It was like, yeah, man. I was taking a nap while Sammy was getting his ass beat by 30 3 other guys. So I have the energy right now. And yeah, like he came out to like a huge pop. They got their moment together where they were just like, they were hugging and they didn't hug. So they kind of like saved that for like another show, I guess. So, but they did kind of like nod to each other, and it was more like moment like, yo, man, I got you. Like, you know, we might have had our differences the entire time. Things might have happened. You know, we might have put hands on each other, but you know, we're always going to be linked. And that's Sami's story. Mm-hmm. That's Sami's story. Not the championship, but you know, wanting to fit in, and just like a Disney Channel movie, like, oh yeah, my friends were here the whole time. I went out here and I tried to fit in with the cool kids, and I turned my back on my real friends, and they're still here for me. So, you know, we got that.
Rob says, so are they ever going to unify these titles or what? See, I don't.
Maybe there's that rumor that they're going to do it after WrestleMania.
All right. I mean,
I don't think they should.
You don't think they should?
I mean, I think they should. They should break them up from being like, okay, one, you know, Cody beats him. Now Cody's got 2 titles, and someone's going to beat Cody, and then they have 2 titles. Like, they need to separate these titles.
How do they do it?
One on, I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, like, I'm tired of them trying to figure out a clever way to do it. It's like, yo, you
just pull the trigger, just have Jack Tunney come down and be like, listen, you can't have 2 titles.
Yo,
we have one show on one network and one on another. Like, the Suits want us to have a title on each show. Like, come on, break this shit up.
Something like that. It's like, bro, y'all made the rules when y'all booked this, and it's like, you still make the rules, so now you can switch it up and try to figure out a way to, like, get the titles like disconnected. But as for the tag team championships, I'm fine with them having like one set of tag team championships. I'm fine with the tag team champions traveling from show to show, because when you do that, like SmackDown tag teams and Raw tag teams, and you're trying to figure out like, okay, you know, we have 3 teams on SmackDown, 4 teams on Raw, trying to keep things fresh. It kind of like you hit your ceiling within like 3 months. So it's like, yo, I'm fine with them traveling from like back and forth and engaging on different shows. But that world title, you know, it's just like USA wants a world champion too. And Fox is not going to give up that title.
Yeah.
No, not at all.
Roman clearly ain't doing more dates with Raw no time soon like that. No. You know, I'll do a couple of them. Like, what do you need me for? You got Brock. Come kick with you. Whatever.
You got Austin Theory. What do you need me for?
See? But then, like, I don't know. My thing is like,
you're about to sign Jay White. Come on.
I mean, is that what we're gonna see? Is he gonna be another surprise debut at Mania this year? People are fantasy booking the Austin Theory defends against Cena, loses. Cena then, you know, does an open challenge, and Jay White on night 2 defeats Cena, or on the Raw after Mania defeats Cena, and then boom, that's how they get him.
I don't know. For all we know, Vince McMahon could come back and have another match like he did last year.
You're right about that.
The thing is, like, I've seen that floating around what Graham was saying, like people kind of fantasy booking. You see, the thing when you fantasy book this type of stuff,
you're kind of disappointment.
Exactly. Like, you're like, okay, well, you know, what if Cena wins it? And the whole time, Cena might not even show up at WrestleMania. Cena might just like, yo,
people are still ghost him. That's what I'm saying. Like, people are still saying, like, oh, well, you know, they're just, they know The Rock is going to show up. They're just waiting for a last minute surprise. Like, don't put that in your head. Like,
okay,
people have had that in their head for like 5 straight WrestleManias now, where it's like, Rock's coming this year. I heard him. My dad works at Nintendo. Like, he knows.
Yo. But the craziest thing is like, yo, you fantasy book this stuff with like no sources, no leads. The man literally put out like, yo, I'm not in, wrestling shape right now. There's people like, well, I seen you do a workout video on Instagram. He's like, yo, I still got to hit the post. I still got it. Yeah, it's like, yo. And they set themselves up and when there's no like sources or anything, and they've been trying to tell you, like, yeah, The Rock is not showing up. Look, man, if The Rock didn't show up when they did an anniversary Survivor Series for him, if he didn't even show up via satellite, do you really think he's going to show up off of a whim just because a couple of guys on Twitter was like, it'd be really cool if The Rock showed up? Like, no.
No, Rock didn't even, that's a good point. Like, Rock didn't even send a video in for that.
For what?
Like the craziest part is like the last time that he appeared like via satellite or like video on any wrestling show was for Impact.
Yeah. He did it for Ken Shamrock. Didn't do it for his own anniversary. He did it for Ken Shamrock.
What a guy. But it's like, yeah, man, like I'd love to see, I'd love to see Jay White pop up and Cena do an open challenge and everything like that, but I'm not gonna, get that in my heart. And then when it doesn't happen, be like, well, how could you guys not book it? It's because, like, bro,
I've even heard some people float around this idea like, oh, they're gonna do another Kurt Angle match. He's gonna do like Kurt Angle's final match. It's like, no, I don't want to see that. Like,
nah, we don't need that. We definitely don't need that. They did book, it looks like, based out of the press conference, Austin Theory laid out an open challenge for Raw, and Edge has accepted the open challenge for the U.S. title against Austin Theory.
Okay, what do you think about them doing press conferences now for a lot of these pay-per-views?
I mean, I like it. I think they should be. I don't think they ever should have stopped. From when they did one, I think 30, they did one 31 at WrestleMania those years, and then they didn't do them for any other shows like after. Like, I always liked the concept of it. Like, I think it's weird when people are like, oh, they're doing them because AEW is doing them. Like, that might be so.
Like,
but I mean, like,
I don't want that. Like, yeah, and AEW is doing them because other combat sports do them.
Right, exactly. And like it's not like it's not like it's an out of character thing. You feel me?
They don't have the market cornered on press conferences.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, yo, man, you can't copyright Taco Tuesday, bro.
Right. That's what it is. Yeah.
Taco Tuesday.
It's like, hey, I'm totally down with them doing press conferences and but I'm glad that they call them press conferences because I hate the term scrum. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just it's like, oh, we're trying to do our own thing, so it's a media scrum. It's like, nah, it's
like, yo,
no
hard feelings.
No hard feelings. Don't call it. I'm not calling it a scrum. Kenny Omega ready for the U.S. title. Get out of here, Tony.
That would be
Name Karan.
That would be amazing.
Let's see. But, Tribal Chief, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn for Triple Threat Undisputed. That's not happening. We just they closed. They gave you. They left all doubt. They removed all doubt. That's the phrase I was thinking of. Let's see. Meth says the good thing about their pay-per-views is that the wrestlers are in gimmick. Oh, in regards to press conference conversation.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty much the same thing.
You're not gonna see Roman like pull up to the Survivor Series one after Kevin Owens caved in his eardrum and just saying like, yo, I'm old, I'm tired, I work with fucking kids or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's gonna come out there and be like, yo,
I'm hurt and I'm old and I'm fucking tired and I work with fucking children.
You could have just asked me too.
I like that sound clip because people forget he's eating a muffin while he's saying that.
He is eating a muffin while he's saying it. I love it.
Thanks for pulling up that clip of Aaron Rodgers, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
well, Aaron Rodgers in like a fucking hole right now, like a groundhog?
Yes, he is. He's on a 4-day retreat in a
waiting
hole
for him
in the dark.
Waiting for him to come out of the hole. Look at that. I live in New York, and all around talk radio this week, the big thing on sports talk is like, well, when Aaron Rodgers gets out of his hole, he'll make a decision on whether he's going to come to the Jets. And it's just way too many people saying the phrase when Aaron Rodgers gets out of his hole. It's like this is a normal thing. Like we're all on board with this, huh?
Like when he gets out of there, he's not gonna decide what team he's gonna go to.
He's gonna go on Pat McAfee and we'll make a decision then.
Exactly. Before he does that, he's gonna tell us like if we're gonna get another 6 weeks of winners, another 4 weeks or whatever,
Jason
says getting car. They might. He did not a tryout, but he did like a meet and greet with Wednesday. Nick Aldis very soon in WWE.
Oh, that's gross.
Better rivalry with AJ Styles. I don't know if I want that.
Oh, that's gross.
Respectfully disagree on that. I don't know if I need Aldis Styles.
That's nasty.
Not everything in TNA needs to be run back. And that's a lesson AEW is learning right now.
Gross.
Because when they had hit the rumors that they were re-signing Eric Young and they were bringing him back, and the first thing that everybody said was like, "Yo, we get a Sanity reunion. We get a Sanity reunion." I was like, "Bro, I really don't want that. I can't express to you how much I don't want that. Like, bro, this is
it's too late. The moment has passed. They had a moment where it was like, okay, this could be a thing, and then the moment's gone.
Like
let the moment not exist anymore.
I'm gonna be 100 with you. Like when they brought back Nikki with that character, I was like, bro, I'm not here for this either. I'm sorry.
You were more a Nikki Ash fan?
I had money on that. I had money on that too. Like, you want to run back the tapes? I said some things, and I was just talking, and sometimes you just gotta ignore me. But hey,
it's all good.
On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you guys rate the show? Vin?
There we go.
Oh, I mean, I gotta give it a 9. Like, I think this is up there. This is pretty up there in terms of Elimination Chamber. So it's a gimmick pay-per-view. So you got to rate on 2 things: the gimmick, and then everything else. And in terms of the gimmick, Women's Elimination Chamber delivered, Men's Elimination Chamber over-delivered, and it really reminds me of Chance the Rapper. What the fuck?
Hey,
there we go.
Hey, this is your first time. This is your first time. But make it your last time that you compare me to Chance the Rapper. Because I'm tired of hearing it. I'm sick and tired of hearing it. I have people like on the Twitter like, "Yo, oh man, it's my first time tapping into the show." Just like you saying, "Damn, that guy on the bottom, like he really looks like Chance the Rapper." Hey man, look.
Where's the mixtape, Shay? Oh, your first album sucked, Chance. Ooh.
Yo, hey,
that was probably the best one. I thought that was the one that everybody loves. That acid rap thing, or was it 10 Day? Which one was first? I don't know. Which
I'm talking about the actual album he put out.
Okay.
The Big Day.
Yeah.
The Big Day is like,
the Big Day.
Beautiful.
Like I think it was like last year, like one of the songs like popped up on Pandora or something like that. I almost took my phone out of my pocket and just threw it across the parking lot because I was like, bro, I do not want to listen to this shit.
Was it jumping out the grease,
bro? Hey, that was it. I was like, hey man, yo, you got to answer for these sins. Like,
positive rap is crazy, man. It's
like, nah, bro.
Sorry. Bro.
Okay, Graham, what you rate it?
I would I'd give it like an 8.5, 9. I thought the only drawback for me was probably I guess the finish of Brock and Lashley. I wanted a more definitive, outcome than that.
But
again, but knowing that they're gonna run it back
exactly.
at WrestleMania.
Yeah, so it's like that's kind of me nitpicking, but other than that, no, I really enjoyed every match. I really enjoyed, how they weaved in the stories. Like you said, Ben, both of the chamber matches were good. That doesn't happen often. So
and then the stuff around the chamber matches was great too. Like the Judgment Day match was a highlight. And then obviously the main events, which one of the best B pay-per-view main events in a very long time.
And again, the crowd was hot the whole night. So like the
Crowd was
environment
great,
and the
too.
atmosphere was built for this, you know. I'll even take it a step further with what you said about this is one of the best B pay-per-views that they've done in a while. I would go as far as to say it's been a while since a show has felt like a B show outside of like NXT shows, you know, and like Roadblock or like a New Year's Evil or whatever. But I'd argue that the Clash at the Castle felt like a big deal. Extreme Rules with the Fight Pit and Seth and DC, that felt like a big deal, and that was in Philly. War Games, like each of these, I feel like they felt like a pretty big deal.
They've been doing a very good job with their secondary pay-per-views.
Mm-hmm.
If they've got some, and they've been lucky, the Bloodline storyline has carried them a little more than they would have if it wasn't as hot. But when they've got something that hot, they're not afraid to make it count in one of their B pay-per-views. And then when they don't really have anything, they are not afraid to make their B pay-per-view all about the mid-card, which I think is very important because you need to elevate the mid-card at some point. And they did that today with the United States title, the Elimination Chamber, because that was something where people were looking at it like, the U.S. title in the Elimination Chamber, what the fuck? But it's like, no, it works. It worked. You give people a good match, it's a good match. And then people look at the U.S. title differently. Yeah. I think they accomplished that tonight. Same thing with, the fuck was the pay-per-view? It doesn't even matter what pay-per-view it was. Like, they did one, like, earlier in the year where the championship wasn't even the tag titles and the main title was not even anywhere near the show.
Yeah. And
it was like the US title and the Intercontinental title were like the main stars. And it's like, good. And it was like a 2-hour pay-per-view, very lean. Good. Give me more of that.
I think that was the one right after Mania. It was like, because they did like the 6-man is like the main event or something like that.
I think so.
Yeah, but to piggyback on what Graham said about them making like and what Vince said about them making these events seem, like a bigger deal. I feel like that's what Triple H was going for, because they said, we're going to cut down on all these, monthly pay-per-views, and we're not going to do them as frequently as they used to, because it used to feel like, okay, well, it's October, what are we going to do for a pay-per-view? And it's like, okay, well, it's October. How about we just wait, a couple of weeks and we get to Survivor Series, and then Survivor Series will be a bigger deal, and we can kind of make these shows like in between, like the Raws and SmackDowns have championship matches and bigger moments, so we don't have to feel like we have to do a pay-per-view, every week. And also, you got NXT picking up the slack in the middle, so those guys don't have to go out there to bumfuck Idaho for like in your house, rock bottom or whatever.
Yeah, I think the WWE in general has a lot of wind at their sails right now. Like, I think, not everything's perfect. Some people are like, oh, well, it's not perfect right now. Well, nothing is. WrestleMania Backlash. Yeah, that's what it was. Thank you, Mathembe. But, like, I like a lot of what they're doing right now. And this was not the case even just a couple of years ago. Like, for a long time, I was telling people, like, look, if you don't like what WWE is doing, just don't watch. There was a point where I wasn't, because around the time where Vince McMahon came out, remember they had that episode where he came out the whole family, and he was like, listen, we know that the show sucks, and WWE Universe, you are in charge now. And that was when they called up Gargano and Ciampa and EC3 and Ricochet and introduced the 24/7 title and the wild card rule. And then, like, 9 months go by, and we look back at it, and we're like, hey, nothing changed. What are we talking? We're still doing the same 3 feuds. Like, what's going on here?
That was hilarious. They just put all the all of the blame on Baron Corbin.
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, look, we know Baron Corbin sucks, but we're going to make it right. And everyone's like, well, you booked him. Like, the problem's not with Baron Corbin. Like, He's just doing what you tell him to do. But yeah, right now I think like they're in a very advantageous spot. Like their pay-per-views have really been delivering on the whole. Like again, they're not perfect all the time, but like the shows are good. Like they're easier watches. NXT even. I was talking about this on Wrestle Rap with the Vengeance State pay-per-view. It feels like them getting out of the Capitol Coliseum or whatever they use, like, and actually doing a bigger arena, like that's a great look. Do more of that, and they said they're going to do more of that for their big shows. And it felt, I'm not going to say like the NXT of old, because that was the NXT of old, like occupies a special place in a lot of people's hearts, so I wouldn't want to compare it to that. But it was crazy. Vince thought everything needed a gimmick rather than just good ass wrestling like Hunter's been doing. Well, I mean, they're still doing gimmicks. Let's not get that twisted. They're always gonna do that, but Hunter knows, right? Shout out, and Hunter knows how to make those gimmicks work, because it used to be like Hell in a Cell was just okay. We got to have 2 cell matches now, and we don't care how we get to them. We just got to do them. Whereas I see if they do that again this year, Triple H is gonna he's more the type to be like, okay, well, who's got the type of feud going on that warrants being in a cage? Because the cage, remember, like that's a gimmick that's supposed to be these 2 people cannot be contained.
Right.
So we need to put them in a cage so that they can't get out, can't escape each other. And I think people lost sight of that. Like the people in creative lost sight of that for a while, because it was just, we need to have a cage match. Doesn't matter who's in it. We just need 2 people in a cage match.
Yeah. Now it ended up being a prop.
It just ended up being a prop. Whereas now I think like Triple H would probably look at it, hopefully, and go, okay, let's do it. Like if they decide to, like we were just talking before, you do Hell in a Cell at WrestleMania, Finn and Edge. That would be a great cage match, because you can't get interference by Judgment Day, and Beth Phoenix can't interfere.
Yeah. Like the last time they did a pay-per-view with Hell in a Cell, and I kind of felt like, it warranted a Hell in a Cell match between 2 people, was probably for Seth and Dean Ambrose. But other than that, it's just like they've just been tossing it around. Like when Bobby Lashley went up against Xavier Woods and the Hell in a Cell on Monday Night Raw, I was like, okay, we're kind of, we're taking it past the point of too far. It's like, it's just like, what are we doing right now? But
yeah.
So,
great show.
I guess we can start to wrap it up here, but I do want to ask you guys, like, based off of this show, and I guess like since we've been talking about like momentum and how like the B shows even have gone and all of that. So, what's you guys' excitement level for WrestleMania? Ben, you go first.
Oh, I would say I'm very optimistic about it, because this is truly going to be the first WrestleMania under this new Triple H era. I know people are saying, well, Vince is back in the fold. I honestly do not think he's back in the fold creative. And that seems to be the word that we're getting out of like all the people who are connected and plugged in with the company. Because it seems like, and we saw this, and there actually is a tell to this. I'll get to that in a moment, where the word is that he's there basically just to negotiate some sort of deal,
sale.
Hand it off, some sale. And there is a tell to this being true, because when he had the XFL a couple years ago, he negotiated, I believe, lower contracts. I don't know if it was lower money or like just less years on the TV contracts, because he wanted to use that as leverage to show, okay, when this thing gets ratings, now we can negotiate. We don't have to wait 5 years. We can wait 1-2 years, and then we could do either a big sale or we can renegotiate the money. So I think he does have a lot. I think contrary to what people might think, I think he does have a good amount of experience in that area, and I think he's leveraging that with the company that is and was his. I don't think he's looking to get back into creative. Or maybe he is. Maybe he's looking, but I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they're gonna let him. That's the thing. I think everyone involved knows better. I think they're saying, okay, he's the boss. Like there's nothing we can do about it, but we're keeping him away from creative.
Right. Keep him at bay a bit,
keep him at bay. And I think that at least in the past month or so since he's been back, that's proven to be the case. Like you don't really see any Vince McMahon hallmarks creeping back into the product. And hear Michael Cole suddenly getting very stilted again.
No,
McMahon must let the cons by the WWE.
Tony's crazy.
I think that whole Michael Cole comment that you just made. I think that's when we would kind of pick up, if Vince was back in control of creative, because Michael Cole has just been shooting from the logo, bruh is
he's
just
great.
Revealing. He's revealing every week. Is yeah, man, I'm a wrestling fan. I don't just watch WWE. I watch Japan. I've seen PWG. I know about this company and that company. Matt Stryker walked so this Michael Cole could run.
Well, we knew this too, because a couple of years ago when NXT UK first started blossoming, they did a tournament, and Michael Cole flew over to England to commentate that tournament. And people were shocked because they were like, oh my God, where's this Michael Cole been our entire lives? And it's yeah, you know what? Because Vince wasn't involved in NXT UK. So he wasn't there whispering in Michael Cole's ear. And that opened a lot of people up to this idea that Michael Cole's actually good.
Exactly. You see some of the calls that he made when he had Vince in his ear, and then as soon as he got him out, it's just he's just been on a whole another level. But my level of excitement for WrestleMania is probably about maybe about an 8, maybe somewhere in that region, just right around there.
Good stuff. I'd say mine's right around the same. Interested to see what other matches that they put together and how they piece up the show for night 1 and night 2. That's really intriguing to me.
Well, we gotta piece together is more Patreon episodes.
Gang.
100%.
Y'all know what it is, man. Patreon.com/Public Enemies. Reloaded. New ism on the way. These
do more sitcoms. I don't know which episodes we're gonna do, but there's certainly a lot to pick from. I think you already have ideas of what you want to.
There you go.
What you want to throw out there.
There you go.
Brent says Trips and Regal on the call should make WrestleMania fun. Yeah, we'll see it. We'll see. Rob says we'll see Sami versus Cody at some point. I'm sure we will. Yeah, and based off of what they did this past Monday, there's something there.
Yeah, they're kind of
where they can do
up.
Something cool.
Man,
I have to say, so you have to do the Alex Riley botches. I did.
That's hilarious.
I did.
Yes.
And then that picture. Please tell me you have that picture of Bully Ray at the NWA taping, looking to challenge the Funkadactyl.
Oh my God!
Aren't they supposed to be doing a busted open radio live or something there or something?
Maybe
they do. Oh no, wait, that's TNA. I'm thinking of Impact. I'm talking about the NWA thing where him and Tyrus. Gross.
Yeah,
100%.
That's nasty.
Nastiness.
100% nastiness. All right, man. Well, y'all already know what it is. If y'all not following the show, make sure y'all do so already at The Enemies PE3 on all social media platforms. That's Instagram, that's Twitter, that's TikTok. Tap in with your guys. Patreon.com/Public Enemies. You know what I'm saying? Discord going Yankee. They was over there talking something earlier. I kept getting some notifications. Somebody said something about cut somebody some slack, and somebody was talking some shit. I'll be in there in a minute. I don't know what y'all was talking about, but I don't like.
I gotta get in on this Discord.
Man, slide through, my brother. OTF, man. Only the frenemies, man. Make sure y'all come function at the, in the Discord. You know what I'm saying? And let's get a Yankee. Otherwise, I'm still the public enemy number 1, but we'll be back Hey, yo, check this out. Episode 250 is this upcoming Wednesday, live and direct, right after Dynamite. You do not want to miss episode 250, 250. We are like 3 weeks away from a 5-year anniversary. I have no idea what we're going to do.
Woo.
We should celebrate. We should celebrate something. We should celebrate ourselves. We should celebrate each other.
I'm going to start breakdancing on that episode. You're not going to want to miss it.
All right, man. You guys have been great. Yo, great. Vin, if you will, please. I'm gonna give the floor to you. Any shout outs if you want to let the people know where to find you, of course, please do so. We appreciate
follow me right now if you're on your phone on Twitter at Mighty Vin, like it says on the screen right now. Do it. Follow me. I'm looking to get my my follower count up. I don't normally promote that, and I feel like I should because I see everyone else on Twitter like, I'm close to 5,000 followers. Please follow me. It's like, well, I guess that's the secret. You gotta, closed mouths don't get fed. And speaking from the end, Emilio, we gotta plug the soap a lot more. But yeah, follow me at Mighty Vin. Follow Wrestle Rap over at Wrestle Rap on all your social media platforms. Follow Oddball, which is a sports podcast I do, at Oddball Podcast on Twitter and wherever you get your podcast from. And that's about it.
Gang. And yes, it is. It is time for Mercedes Moné and Kyrie. You know, they finna do their thing at the Battle in the Valley. CM Punk is down there watching it. You go Yankee, go crazy. Ben, please, if you will.
Hey, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at _SonMars_. And if you don't want to remember all those links that we had said earlier on in the night, you can go to the Twitter at the Enemies PE3. There's a link tree right there. It'll take you to everything that we got going on. And tap in Wednesday because I might just cry live on air.
There you go. You want to see live crying?
Live
There's
crying.
nowhere to get it.
That's what you're into.
I'm tap in. We'll see what happens. We'll definitely see what happens, man. Hey, as y'all already know, man. Oh my God, Graham, beat me there. Don't meet me there. At Oh my God, Graham, Public Enemy #1. We'll be back Wednesday, but until then, you already know what to do. Please take care of yourselves and each other, and we out.
There you go.